Whether it's career shifts, business pivots, or personal reinvention, we discuss how to pivot without starting over. We'll explore major pivots from well-known figures and discuss the lessons we can take from them. Hey, welcome to So What's Even Happening, the podcast where creative entrepreneurship meets real-life self-care.
I'm Courtney, an artist and entrepreneur from LA.
And I'm Ziamara, a business owner and consultant from Oakland.
We're two Black women navigating the ups and downs of business building, fostering personal growth, and holding each other accountable.
Each week, we're sharing inspiring stories, facts, and some good laughs as we talk about creativity, self-care, and making it all work.
So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's figure out what's even happening together.
One more time, everybody's feeling fine. Here we go now, just here we go. And sync is on the phone. You're so used to me because you don't say shit anymore. Like to my random bursts of songs.
You being you.
Being you.
You're gonna try to stop that? Let it be you.
God bless you.
Never change. You know? It's so beautiful. Look at that. Just this view that I see.
I see a sliver of blue sky, some clouds, and then there's some gray clouds.
Mm-hmm.
And then my Mexican sage. A little peak of roses.
Gorge. I'm loving it.
And my dog.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
It is sweater weather in Oakland.
You know,
In the Bay.
It is normal, my dear. It's 56 degrees. On March, 6th?
Shiver me timbers. My
Is
God.
it shiver me timbers?
Yes, I need the temperature to start with a 7.
Whew.
At least.
I mean, 7 is great. Anything with a 7.
Mm-hmm.
77?
Yes.
Angel numbers?
Perfect.
On
I'll take
July
88.
7th?
I'll take 88 too.
Yeah.
I will.
By a pool. Yes. Come on. By a pool?
Oh. Can't get me out of the water.
I know. I get dragged out.
Yeah.
Xiomara, it's time to go.
When I was little, my mom could not get me out of the water. Like, just... And then she had to wash my hair, and then it was like a whole
mess.
thing. Ugh,
And
what a time.
my mom's not the strongest swimmer, so I'd be like, I'm in the deep end, can't get me. That's when we start to
That's
count.
really cute. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you press on that one too?
Mm.
No?
I think so.
Okay.
Fuck.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The collective sigh.
That was a big sigh today, too. What a day already. And this day's just getting started. This is part 2 of your day.
Man, I can't make it up. I can't make this wonderful life I live up.
But you know what? The topic today is about embracing change.
Yes.
And pivoting. And
that P word.
Even reinventing yourself.
Oh my jeez.
But without losing yourself. That's the key. The key. How about that?
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
But I feel like it's sometimes necessary.
All the time.
It's just hard.
You
it can be
can't
hard.
be the same.
You can't.
No one.
You can't.
It's impossible. Every experience that we have,
there's too much going on. For
Happy,
us to,
sad, mad,
yeah.
all the things,
Yeah.
all the changes. Like
it definitely changes us.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're talking about the art of the pivot, reinventing yourself without losing yourself.
Oh my god!
And guess what I have? A stat for you.
Oh!
You knew that was coming.
Hit me with the stat, boo.
Did you know that 45% of businesses fail in the first 5 years? But many successful entrepreneurs started multiple failed ventures before making it.
Yes.
So it's like you got to fail before you can blow up. How do we embrace change?
You gotta try.
I think that's the key, trying.
I mean, that would be beginner's luck if you started a business and just
Totally.
your first one
Yeah.
and just immediately skyrocketed.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I feel like that would almost be a lot of pressure to maintain that.
The next time?
The next time.
And
yeah.
the next time after that?
Yeah.
And then when you finally do fail, you're going to feel like something is wrong with you.
Yeah, like confused.
Right.
I feel like not getting used to failing, but like knowing what failing feels like is important. I think that's how we're able to pivot successfully,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I think as entrepreneurs, you get so caught up in your business that you forget to take a step back and get some perspective and see where you're doing great,
Yeah.
where you're failing,
Yeah.
and what you can keep and what you can toss out in your business. And I think that it's really necessary to pivot to do that as well too. Sorry, the dog is distracting me. Like, how many times does a dog need to turn around in a pet bed?
The spins
and
to get the
scrape
Yeah.
and try to bunch up when it's not being bunched up, like this, the cushion, like it's not going anywhere. Son, please, just lay down. What a life.
What a life.
Please.
Life of luxury.
Luxury.
That heavy sigh that after he found his comfortable spot.
Right. Was it like a sigh of relief or just I don't know. Anyway.
Speaking of change, is like Diesel got up and he pivoted. He literally got up, repositioned himself, and sat down for a new perspective. Because he was facing the other way, now he's facing out the window. It's all about change, embracing change and new perspectives.
He got perspective of the backyard.
Yeah, he noticed that he had. I know.
Wow.
You saw. I just brought that.
You
like,
just know how to tie things in. Girl. You're doing such a great job.
Thank you.
Such a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our favorite thing to say to each other.
Oh my gosh! So there's this like Instagram reel audio that we made this cute little video to, and it's like one girl's like hyping the other girl up, and so I'm the one hyping her up, and Courtney's playing the role of the person receiving the hype up, and there's this part in the audio where the person says thank you. And they're like, it's such a deep like.
You did it so well.
Wow, thank you. So we've been saying that to each other since then.
Like we can't say thank you any other way now.
No, it has to be thank you.
Yeah.
Not thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, moving on. 2. Wait, should we take a break?
Okay, let's take a break.
Yeah.
Let's come back. Because we got games
We got
and stuff.
games. Girl. All right, girl, you ready to play a game?
Oh, yes. I'm so excited.
I don't know if this is really like a game.
Okay.
This is more just, we just gonna talk about it.
Let's talk about 2 of our favorite people.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes. Okay. This non-game is called Who Pivoted Best? So we're going to talk about 2 of our favorite people and their career evolution.
Yeah.
Their pivot game.
Pivot game strong, I would say.
Yeah. These ones are, these are great.
Yeah.
So, and we're going to see who did it best.
Okay.
And they might tie.
Yeah.
They might tie.
Yeah.
Okay. First person, and I just love this person. Like, they just make me happy.
All the feels.
They make me laugh.
Yeah.
They make me feel proud.
Yeah.
And I'm just always rooting for them.
Yes.
And this person's Issa Rae.
Our girl Issa.
Some of you guys may know or may not know. My brand was on her show, HBO Insecure. And season 4, and she wore it in 3 episodes.
Her bag. That was the bag. The Uno F bag was the bag.
But it was during 2020. Like, it was in May of that time when, like, it just kicked off.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if I was even going to be in business again. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh my God, like, we have this massive purchase order that's waiting in Ethiopia but can't get shipped over because of COVID and the backup of like supply chain and blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. And then it airs.
Wow.
the show. And I was like,
Wow.
and my roommate at the time, Aleka Edwards, hi, she was like, "Isn't that your bag?" And we're like waiting because we were watching every show, right? We're just waiting because I got to be able to communicate with Shiona Turini and her team about like sending samples and that kind of stuff. And um, she's like, I was looking down at my phone at something, like when you're on watching TV, and just like on your phone.
Of course, yes, we all do it.
Terrible.
We all do it.
And Aleka's like, "Isn't that your bag?" And I'm like, "Wait, what?" "Oh shit, it is!" And I'm like, ah! It was like such a nice like little dance.
Yeah.
It was like such a joyous like celebration.
Yes.
Recorded that thing in so many different ways.
Yeah.
We keep guys this on here. Then it's
That's
just
so amazing.
really took off then.
Yeah.
But
That's so awesome. That's so awesome.
Yeah. So her starting on YouTube. I have a friend, Ashley Williams. She has been watching Issa's content like her since the beginning.
The beginning, yeah.
They're both from LA, like around the same people and whatnot. And so from YouTube to TV,
yeah,
and a hair care line,
yeah,
and anything else in between that I
think
don't
she started
know
like
about.
a Prosecco line
The
or something.
Prosecco, which is bomb.
The media company, like I think she has like a record label or something. Like in
All the
music,
things.
yeah. The restaurants, the bars in LA.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
What?
I know. It's crazy. And I feel like the key, we talked about this before we started. We were like, it's more so evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Like change is evolution.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the word change feels like such like a black and white thing,
Mm-hmm.
like this or that,
Mm-hmm.
but it's really evolution.
Yeah.
It's the growth. It's kind of stepping into something differently
Mm-hmm.
and seeing how it expands you.
Because a lot of these projects or roles, they overlap while you are transitioning.
Right.
Or something, so say like me as a buyer, full-time, part-time stylist, and then that evolving to me starting my business while I was doing both of those.
Yeah.
And then shedding those.
Yep.
But also like the buyer's still in the role of like me as an
Absolutely.
entrepreneur.
Well,
for
and the
my
knowledge
brand.
of it, just
Yeah.
how helpful that can
Even
be.
for styling, even for all the photo shoots that I fucking styled and creative directed for so many years now.
I think about that a lot, just like the overlap of things. And like, yeah, I was a design major in college, but I'm an artist now. And it's like there's still a lot of elements of design that I pull from in my art. And just even the knowledge of design and having that under my belt is always helpful. It's like you never know when something you've done previously could be like the biggest blessing to how life unfolds going forward.
Yeah, I just don't feel like it's a start and a stop.
Totally.
It's just like a mold.
Yeah.
A whole like molding over.
Yes. Like you're building on top of things. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or even like, I wanted to say kind of like you're like this clay ball and like you've morphed into this one thing and then you just slowly change into something else. But like those pieces of your experience are still within you.
Yeah.
Because you bring them into everything.
Yeah. Plot twist. Okay. What about Diesel? He's busy.
Shh. Stop licking, my son. just why? Why all the noises while we're recording? Just sleep like you normally do.
Oh, look how he listened though.
Thank you. Oh, and the sigh. I'm sorry.
We don't let it slide.
You know you don't want to be out there in the house. You want to be with us in this room. So I accommodated. I even brought the most quiet bed for you. Okay, carry on.
The things we do for our loved ones. So I think Issa is a good example of the evolution side of change, whereas our person number 2, our girl Riri, Miss Rihanna, I feel like her change has been a lot of like we saw the new ventures, so it was like kind of like one thing after another. It's like when we realized like, well, maybe we weren't getting much more music from her. We saw what was first, like the makeup line, I want to say. we saw that, and it's like, oh, it's like now we get to know a new Rihanna, and I feel like it was exciting because it's like she's like kind of around our age, and it's like
I was like, makeup? I was like, okay, girl. At
Yeah.
first, I was just like, another makeup thing or like another perfume.
you're right,
Oh, but she did it so fucking good.
so well,
This whole face almost.
so well,
Yes.
and that was
All of this is mostly.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like I feel like we had to like almost get to know a new versus like Issa was like a lot of the stuff you kind of like, oh, that makes sense. Like I can see her doing that. Like
Yes.
I get that.
Yes.
Whereas Rihanna was like, oh, this is totally new. Like she's really stepping into like that mogul like era. And it's like almost just like I love that for her. Like I love that she saw that growth, like she killed it in music and her career with that, but it's like, oh, and she has this up her sleeve too, like that's amazing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, are we getting a restaurant from Riri soon? Like, I just want the album. I just want the album. That's it.
That's fair. I feel you.
I know I'm not the only one.
You're not. I mean, I'm not gonna like
It's gonna happen when it's gonna happen.
I think she's an Aquarius. I want to say maybe Pisces.
Yes.
I can't. But something.
No, maybe Pisces.
Maybe Pisces. I can't remember. But
she's a water girl like me.
And also, just like I feel like she's gonna do what she wants when she wants.
1,000 million,
and I respect
zillion
that.
%.
I aspire to be that way.
Y'all can fucking wait.
Right. Exactly.
What?
Yeah.
No, I'm just at this point. I'm just used to waiting.
Yeah.
Just like I'm used to whenever Beyonce wants to drop a new album, concert, tour, perfume.
Yeah. That's a
alcohol.
But that's a part of just like teaching people you have to teach people that. Like you can wait.
Yeah.
And you're going to get what you're going to get. It's not this like constant like promise, like hold on, like maybe, it's like, nope. She's probably like, I don't feel like, Rihanna's probably like, I don't want to do an album right now. I'm focused on this.
She literally birthed 2 children.
She's busy.
And Savage Fenty, like, all the things.
Busy,
Yeah.
And it's like, you get why people want to grow and expand. It's like wanting to find a new hobby. She just happens to be Rihanna, and her hobby's like make her a billionaire, but that's amazing.
Right.
I love that. So, I don't know. I think they both pivoted extremely well and gracefully.
Yeah.
And seem to be doing things that like align with them. And I feel like that's important too.
And I also feel like this is such a great example of how you don't have to do one thing. I think that we have been so ingrained to go to school, get a degree, and work this job for 25, 30 years and get your pension and just retire and have this white picket fence. And you don't have to do all of that. You really don't have, like, that's not everyone's blueprint.
Totally.
We're not all cut from the same cloth.
Absolutely.
We all don't operate the same. We don't learn the same way. So why do you have to stick in one lane?
Yeah.
When you really have interest in all of them.
Yeah. I feel like that's how change helps. Like change is a good word, I think.
Very.
Yeah.
Just the only thing about change that kind of grinds my gears is that it does feel like it's just friction. It's friction from what you used to, what you know, how you live your life.
Yeah.
And then you're altering something in your life,
Comfort
either
zone.
small or big. And it's just, it feels like cheese in a grater. It just feels like, I just want to go through this. I don't want to go through all this change, but it's fucking necessary. And here I am, one day at a time, 1 hour at a time sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to do.
I agree.
And then sooner or later, we're done changing for that period of time.
Yeah.
Or,
until we have to change again. So back into change and pivoting and reinventing yourself. I think that the key to a lot of this is reinventing yourself and changing without losing yourself. Like really tapping into the why. Like why this change? Is it out of necessity? Is it out of business shifts? Is it out of passion, unfulfillment? I think tapping into the why is like really, really important to just to determine how change can be used for the better.
Yes, I feel like people make changes either from like fueled by passion or also fueled by fear. And passion because like maybe you're bored at your job or you were found a new like interest or hobby or something that really intrigued you where you really want to dive into and get your hands dirty and just kind of like change like that aspect.
Yeah.
Because I know like when I first started Unoath, I was like, I didn't want to go to bed because I wanted to keep working.
Yeah.
So I was so excited.
Right.
Like you're really excited about this new business, this new da-da-da. Like, and this was something that happened completely on accident. Like a gift turned into a demand and here we are 10 years later.
Yeah.
But the passion part, like that's something that's like super, that I really love. And then there's also fear. Fear in terms of like losing your home, not being able to provide for your kids.
Yeah.
Money, like just safety, all the things. Like you make those changes because you need to. And that can be from finance kind of stuff, or if it's just like, let me get this job because it's secure.
Yeah.
At this moment. And they're sometimes not always the most fun, like changes that you want to make, especially when it's fueled by fear.
Yeah.
But those are the things that motivate people to do anything. Passion or fear.
Passion or fear. And I feel like those two things almost go hand in hand. Because I feel like with passion comes a little bit of fear. Even just like going after a passion. Like I just think about going full time with my art. And yes, I'm so passionate about it. But equally, I was terrified. Absolutely terrified. Like, what is going on? What am I going to do? How am I going to do this? How am I going to pull this off? You know, those questions. But that change of actually taking that step and saying like, yep, I'm going to do this. I needed that passion in order to even know what this type of fear felt like, to then know how to move through it because I wanted it that bad.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just like, sometimes I forget that with, you know, as, you know, happy and positive and, you know, having an optimistic outlook as you can be, there's still a lot of fear. You know, those are just tools that we use just to kind of help work through things. But like the fear, I feel like is what almost keeps me on my toes. It kind of keeps me in that mode of knowing how to embrace change.
Right.
How to handle it.
Yeah.
Because I've put myself in a position to fail, to try, to change, you know? So I feel like there's a lot of, it's using both of them together.
Right.
Almost.
And I believe when the part that is really important is not to lose yourself in that process, and where that kind of occurs is like just taking an audit.
The audit is so necessary.
Take a step back and get perspective, audit, like just check in with yourself. Like, is this something that I'm really enjoying?
Yeah. Do I want this?
Do I want this?
Yeah.
Is there like, maybe if you don't,
yeah,
put a time cap on.
Yeah.
This is for a year. This is for 6 months. And you find something else.
Yep.
And whatever it may be.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't love operating in fear, but it's also like a lot of entrepreneurship is doing things scared.
Do it scared. We say that all the time.
Do it scared.
Yeah.
You know, and also just an operating of just like survival.
Yeah.
I'm just like, make sure your bills are paid.
Yeah. Money. You need money. Like
groceries.
Yeah.
Rent.
Yeah.
Mortgage.
We have things we like to do, like, you know, keeping up with those things. Like,
right.
So.
Just basic human necessities.
Yeah.
Especially in creative entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
When you get your invoice paid on time.
Right.
God. You know? So I think that part is really important, and just tapping into like ways that you can feel fulfilled, because what is the point of spending most of your time, which is your work, if you have to work. Some people don't have to work. And you're spending all that time on that one thing. You don't ever spend it on something you don't want to do.
Yeah. Why waste time?
Yeah.
Because I'll never forget what Mel Robbins said. She said, like, you have to think about your life as like a melting ice cube.
Yes.
And it's a little dark, but it's like it really makes you more mindful of time and how you're spending it. And I think that like once that's like kind of like at the front of your brain, that's when intention comes in. That's when you can really just be like, okay, why am I doing this?
Right.
Do I need to do this?
Yeah.
Am I making this too hard?
Yeah.
You know, like even stuff like that. So.
And of like self-fulfillment.
Yeah.
Like pouring from empty cup. Why? Pour into if you're going to pour that much time into something, pour into something that you are like aligned with and that you have a driven mission to fulfill. Yeah. You have to want it. Like you really have to want it. And I think that tapping into yourself will reveal a lot of your wants versus listening to outside noise of why you should be doing this, or, you know, stay here because it's stable, or do that. It's just like you owe it to yourself to really explore your wants and how to live a fulfilling life. People deserve that. Yeah. You absolutely deserve that. So. Sometimes like our combos are so not heavy, but it's also just like, yeah. And then I just like find myself in like a state. I'm like, okay, like do I need to audit?
No, we're feeling it.
Yeah.
In real time.
I was like, when was the last time I did an audit on myself?
Yeah.
Which is frequent.
Yeah. Maybe that's what we'll leave people with. Like, take an opportunity to do an audit on yourself, your life, like what you want, what you're currently doing.
Where's an area that you can improve upon?
Yeah.
Something that's been bugging you about your life.
Yeah. What's missing?
What's okay. Yes. I don't want to focus on what's missing in my life, because then it makes me think of lack. Oh,
interesting.
I think of all the areas that I'm so abundant in all the time. So then my focus isn't there. Oh, yeah. But like more like, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I guess what I mean by missing is like in terms of fulfillment. Like I could use more. I don't know. Sunshine. Yeah. Being outdoors more. Yes. I could use more. Like what's something that's
music. Art.
Yeah.
All the things. Restaurants.
Right. All the things. I love that.
Yeah. So let's leave that with you guys. Yeah. Tap into yourself, do an audit. Yeah. And see how you're feeling.
I love that. I think I want to do that too. Like, again, maybe like it's something we do periodically.
Is there a pivot, you know? Yeah. I mean, we've done our pivot. We are podcasters now.
What happened?
In 2025.
How did we get here?
It is March. 2025. We're podcasters of 2 months.
Wow.
Second semester.
Look what a pivot can do.
God. We're talking in mics. To ring lights to a set in my home.
We're podcasters now.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Pivot.
See ya.
Thanks for tuning in to So What's Even Happening. We hope you got a little inspiration and maybe a laugh or two.
If you love this episode, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. It really helps us grow. You can find us on YouTube and all your favorite podcast platforms.
And follow us on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at So What's Even Happening for more behind-the-scenes fun, tips, and updates.
Until next time, take care of yourself and keep making moves toward your dreams.
And remember, we're rooting for you, always.